Friend, I am here with lecture 10 of module 2 for calculation of deflection at tip of a cantilever beam having a concentrated moment applied at its tip. But in this example, the entire length of this beam is not having a constant moment of inertia. It's varying from a length of 0 to L by 2. It's having a moment of inertia I, and from L by 2 to L it's having a moment of inertia 2I. The total length of this beam is L. Half of this beam is having a moment of inertia I, here is I, and half of this beam is having a moment of inertia of 2I. A subject of analysis is to find delta B deflection at point B because of this concentrated moment. Now let's continue it, and as you know, the problem statement is here. The beam is cantilever having the total length of this beam is L, and this is the half of L by 2, and this length is L by 2, and half of this beam having a moment of inertia I, and this is of 2I. Now fixed end, you can say fixed support is designated with A and free end is with B, and at free end there is a moment, concentrated moment is acting here, which is in anticlockwise direction. Value is M. We need to find deflection at B. We are going to find the deflection delta B here. We are going to solve this example through moment area method using moment area method. Now, as per the concept of moment area method, deflection is calculated as deflection is calculated as the multiplication of moment of bending moment area divided by EI, that is called M over EI diagram, and its centroid. I mean area of M over EI diagram, multiplying with centroid of M over EI diagram. Centroid of M over EI diagram is shown as X bar. So if we are denoting M over EI diagram is with A, so delta will be A multiplying with X bar. Through this expression we can directly calculate deflection at point B. First we need to find the bending moment of this beam, which is subjected with a concentrated moment. After that we will be finding the M over EI diagram. That bending moment at every coordinate of bending moment diagram will be divided with EI value of this beam, and after that we will finding area of the M over EI diagram and multiplying with area of the M over EI diagram with their respective centroid will give us deflection at tip of this cantilever beam. Now let's find out the bending moment diagram. Now we are going to find out, we are going to draw bending moment diagram for this beam, which is subjected with a concentrated moment. Now beam is here, this is the beam. This beam is having a concentrated moment applied at tip of this cantilever beam. Value is M and this length is L. L by 2, and this length is L by 2. total length is L, and here it is fixed, and this point is designated with A and this is with B. Now for finding out bending moment, we need to find a general expression for bending moment. Let's say we are going to take a section XX, which is at a distance of x from point B. Now taking the free body diagram of this right of this section XX, we will having, and this moment of inertia is I, and this is 2I. Now taking free body diagram right of this section XX, it will be having like this. This point is B applied with concentrated moment of value m, and length of this beam is x, and the section is xx, and we are going to find a bending moment at section xx, which is mxx. Let's take a point C here. So our main objective is to find mxx, I mean at a section of xx, or you can say mc at point C, what will the bending moment, so that we will try to find the general expression for drawing bending moment diagram. So here we need to find bending moment at point C, at C. As you know, in this free body diagram, this is a free body diagram. This portion of beam having a length x is not having any load, neither concentrated load, neither UDL, trapezoidal, triangular, no load is acting here except a concentrated moment at tip of this beam. And here mx is the mxx, or you can say mc, we need to find it. Now, so that after finding this one, we will be able to draw bending moment diagram, so that there will be a general expression which we will see whether this moment mc or mxx is a function of x or not. We will see here. This is the beam of length x having concentrated moment m at point B. As we see, as per our assumption, anticlockwise moment is negative. As per my assumption, we are taking it as negative. So at point we are taking, as per the equilibrium equation for moment, sum of moment about any point is C, and we are going to take moment about point C. So we can say sum of moment about C equal to 0. This is the equilibrium equation for moment, and as per the equilibrium equation of moment, the sum of moment about any point C is 0. This is the conservation of moment. So from this we can draw here as moment m, which is the applied moment at the point B, which is in anticlockwise directions, we can take it minus m, and there is no loading acting in this part CB of this beam, so there will be no moment creating because no loading is acting here. So but there is a moment which is our part of analysis, that we have assumed that we are going to find out it as mc, because we have assumed it is acting in clockwise direction. So minus m plus mc will be equal to 0. So mc will be, moment at C will be m. This calculated moment at a distance x from point B is equal to m. This is not any function of x, so we can say moment is constant through entire length of this beam, because whenever we will be taking any section, moment is not going to change, it will be constant, because moment is constant. It's not any function of x. So you can say moment is not a function of x. function of x. At any distance from point B, the moment will be of same value. That value will be of m. So a bending moment diagram will be having a constant value of m throughout its length. So we can draw a bending moment diagram for this beam. Now the bending moment diagram will be of rectangular type. This is the bending moment diagram. This is the length L. Here this point is A, this point is B, and you can say this is half of this length is L by 2 and half of this length is L by 2, and this is the moment value is equal to m. Throughout this length bending moment is constant. So through this and half of this length of this beam having a moment of inertia value I, and here is 2I. So we are going to draw, this is the M diagram, this is the M diagram. This is M diagram, and through this M diagram we are going to draw M over EI diagram. And as every coordinate y coordinate of bending moment of M diagram is going to divide with a constant value of flexural rigidity. Here the flexural rigidity value is EI. Up to length 0 to L, we will be dividing every coordinate by EI value on up to L by 2 here to L. The total length of this beam is L. We will be dividing with a value which will having a value of twice EI. Here from this to this we will be dividing M divided by twice EI, and then from 0 to L by 2 we will be dividing this value by EI. So we are going to draw M over EI diagram. This is the M diagram and M is constant here. So here is M value is divided by EI, so its value will be, just we are extending this line up to this value, because we are going to divide this M value by EI, so it will be having a value of M over EI, which will be up to this length L by 2. This value is L by 2, and after that we are going to divide by EI twice EI, so its value will be smaller. This value will be sharply changed here, and it will be like this. Here it will be, this value is length is L by 2, and here value is M over twice EI. This is the M over EI diagram. Now this is our M over EI diagram of, from length 0 to L by 2. Here 0 to L by 2 it's having a value of, you can y coordinate is M over EI. Then there is a sharp reduction of M over EI value of M over twice EI from L by 2 to L. So from 0 to L by 2 y coordinate is M over EI. From L by 2 to L, its y coordinate becomes M over twice EI, because for drawing M over EI diagram, every y coordinate is divided by a flexural rigidity. This is the flexural rigidity. If the moment of inertia is given, moment of inertia is multiplied with elasticity to get a flexural rigidity, which is constant for any structural member. So now let's continue here to find the area of this M over EI diagram. This entire diagram, we are going to find the area of this entire diagram, and we are also going to find the centroid of this diagram. Now we are going to redraw the same over EI diagram here. Here is the, I'm taking the large value for clear understanding. This value is m over twice EI. This value is m over EI. This is the M diagram, and this length is L by 2. This length is also L by 2. Now this is the tip of this is the fixed end, and this is the free end, and we're taking this is also a rectangular part, so we're taking this 1, and this we're taking 2. Okay, now area of this one multiplying centroid of this one and area of this rectangle with its centroid will give the total deflection at point B. You can say, suppose it is having a area A2 and centroid x2 and x2 bar, and here area is A1 and centroid is x1 bar. So deflection will be A1 x1 bar plus A2 x2 bar. That will be the deflection delta B at point B, this point. Now we can find out this rectangle. This is the one rectangle, this is the two. So area will be, what, this length is L by 2 and this value is m over twice EI. So area will be m over twice EI multiplying with this L by 2, it will give ml over 4 EI, and area of this triangle rectangle will be A2. This value is m over EI multiplying with this length will give its area, so it will be ml divided by twice EI. Here m divided by twice EI multiplying with this length L by 2, ml divided by 4 EI. This is the area of this rectangle, and for this rectangle 2, this is the area, and this area is calculated as m over EI multiplying with this length L by 2, ml divided by twice EI area. Now we need to find the centroid of this both region. Now calculation for centroid. Centroid x1 bar and x2 bar. This we are going to find out. This is the beam. Sorry. This is the beam. This length is L by 2. This is also L by 2. And this point is A. This point is B. And this is region 1. And this is region 2. And the point where we need to find the deflection, which will be the benchmark for calculating centroid of any region. This is the benchmark for this, the centroid of x1 bar. The x1 bar, this is a rectangle, So its centroid will be acting somewhere at the middle of this region. This is the region, you can say this is the region. Though at the center of this region will be having a centroid. This will be the x1 bar, this will be the x1 bar, x1 bar for this region. And now for this region you can say, you can draw this one with this, you can draw this is another region. The centroid of this will be here, center of this rectangle. So x2 bar will be here to here, this will be the x2 bar. Now x1 bar will be L by 2, this is the length, plus, and half of this length, since this is L by 2, half of this length L by 2, it will be L by 2 plus L by 4, it will be 4, 2 plus 1, 3 by 4L. And x2 bar will be half of this length, half of L by 2, it will be L by 4. Now I am done with the area calculation, A1, A2 and x1 bar and x2 bar. So delta B will be calculated as A1 x1 bar plus A2 x2 bar. Here we can calculate delta B as A1 x1 bar plus A2 x2 bar. Here delta B is A1 x1 bar plus A2 x2 bar. Here A1 equal to how much? This is the A1, ml divided by 4 EI, ml divided by 4 EI. A2 value is equal to ml over ml divided by twice EI, ml divided by twice EI. And x1 bar we have calculated here, x1 bar equal to 3 divided by 4L, and x2 bar will be equal to L divided by 4. L divided by 4. So now delta B will be just multiplying this one, A1 and x1 bar, ml divided by 4 EI, multiplying with the 3 by 4L, plus A2 is ml divided by twice EI, multiplying with this L divided by 4. Here it will be 3ml square divided by 16 EI, plus here ml square divided by 8 EI. Now here it will be taking this 116 EI, so it will be 3 ml square plus 8 multiplying 2 ml square. Here it will be 5 ml square divided by 16 EI. This is the deflections, delta B. So deflection calculated at tip of this cantilever beam. Here delta B calculated here is 5 ml square divided by 5 ml square divided by 16 EI. This is the deflection calculated here. Now I hope for a varying moment of inertia for any cantilever beam, you can find deflection at tip of this cantilever beam. And now we have done with another example with lecture 10, having a point load applied at the tip of this cantilever beam, which is a concentrated moment. and we have done a value calculated for deflection at point B as 5 ml square divided by 16 EI. Here the moment of inertia was varying from I to 2I. From 0 to L by 2, value of moment of inertia was I, and from L by 2 to L, it was twice of moment of inertia. So I hope your concept regarding solution of deflection for any cantilever beam having a varying moment of inertia might have cleared. And for any ambiguity to understand this concept, you can write in comment box. Thanks for watching. Keep sharing to your friend. Thanks a lot.